Well, good afternoon, viewers, wherever you are. This is Global Rainbow. Right now, we are at Basse Area Council, just to come and verify certain issues or talk to the staffs of Basse Area Councils, just to know certain issues that are happening here. It's rather unfortunate we didn't met Mr. Sise here, the chairman of Basse Area Council, but we meet our brother here, that's Fode Mane. He is the communication officer at Basse Area Council. Mr. Mane, welcome to Global Rainbow.
Mr. Ture, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on the platform.
Thank you so much. When did you start working in Basse Area Council?
I started working here in June 2023. That is like 1 year, kind of for some months, like 1 year, 6 months now. 1 year, 1 year, 6 months, or 1 year, 7 months now. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah.
What's your role in the area council?
I'm the Media and Communication Officer of the Basse Area Council. Since the inception of the new council, they try to restructure the communication unit from the public relation to communication. So I came in as the communication officer of the Basse Area Council from that time to now.
Okay. As a communication officer, what are your role? What are your role in the council here? What are some of the things that you normally do as long as the functioning of the council is concerned?
In short, my role in short is very, very, simple. Is to build the connection between the public and the council through communication. Understand? It's very important. As you may know, this council is one of the most watched councils in the Gambia, and it will be very, very important that the public, that is the electorates, the taxpayers, have the information, have the knowledge, the understanding of how the council operates. So it is good to have a communication unit which will be responsible in the inflow of that messaging, the sending of those information to the public to also consume and have an idea about what is happening in this institution. So basically my role is more of connecting the public and the council.
And since the inception, since you came into the council and you are the communication officer, do you think your role is playing dividends to the people in URR here?
For me, I'm someone that, to be honest, I don't gauge myself. Understand? I don't gauge myself. If I say I don't gauge myself, obviously at personal level, I could sit down and say, okay, am I doing well? Am I really, meeting my responsibility as the communication officer? I could be asking that to myself. But the overall assessment, I always leave that with the public. I just do my work as to the best of my ability, as to how I understand the work, as to the responsibility that I'm given. The rest is with the community, is with the people to now judge whether I'm doing my work as it is expected or not. But yeah, alhamdulillah, since I came, obviously the feedback that I've been receiving from the public, it is satisfactory at a personal level and professional level. So I think, I'm not taking brags, but then I think, it has been good with me since I came to the council. But, it is never enough. We continue doing it. As much as the work is concerned, we need to be telling people what is happening, and that we are doing.
Okay. When we look at the market system, there are a lot of vendors in the market there. As a communication officer, do you normally go there to talk to the vendors, to know their problems? What are some of the things that the challenges they are facing at the market there? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, that is something that we've done. Sometime 6 months ago. Gradually, it's not often time you go to places and say, okay, every now and then you are there. Like today, you go to the market, and next tomorrow again you are there. It makes no sense. But like, this is something that we do frequently. It's either the chairman is there for an inspection to have first-hand information as to how the market operates, how the vendors' conditions are, how the businesses are going and everything. You know, the chief executive officer have been doing it as well. Myself as the communication officer, I do take my time to go there, gauge the opinion of the vendors about how the market operates, what they think are the challenges in the market, and what do they think the council needs to do to overcome those challenges. I've done that, and if you go to the Basse Area Council Facebook page, you obviously find videos of that where vendors talk to us about the challenges that are the market, and also we cannot only talk about challenges, but also what have they also seen impressive that the council have also done. Obviously, they have talked to us a lot of things regarding those things, and they are on the page. If anyone is a keen follower of the Basse Area Council page.
Well, we talk about these challenges. What are some of the challenges that they normally complain to you? And those challenges, did council already address some of them? I know perhaps it could be difficult for you, council to address everything, but some challenges, some of their challenges, do council normally address those ones?
Yeah, of course. The council is here for them, and whenever they're challenged with issues at the market, the council need to come to their help. And if they share their challenges or their problems to the council listens, and that happened many times. And also the council also intervene to address them. You know, oftentimes what we hear, the market is a new market, like you might have known,
Yeah.
and obviously, you know, there are no more challenges that they complain about. But if you go, what you hear could be maybe vendors refusing to enter in the main market, and occupying the highway that is also hindering traffic and also hindering certain businesses around there. You know, with the council has obviously taken step, by collaborating with the Gambia Police Force, to ensure that the vendors that are sitting along the highway gets into the market, because the market is still not full, but they feel like the business are better run along the highway than they come to sit on the highway. But it has to do with a collaborative effort of understand. So it cannot only be the police and the council, but even the vendors need to collaborate to know that obviously this should not be sitting on the highway. It is dangerous, one thing, because if vehicles could come occupy the highway, who knows? Some vehicles could even lose control and could get into them. And at the end of the day, still the blame goes back to the council that they have not addressed that issue. But they have taken steps to ensure that those things are things of the past. But still, it is difficult. If you might know, some people come from the villages, the neighboring villages, to come to Basse early morning to sell their goods. Some also come and buy. Obviously those people are not having permanent positions or
Yes.
allocations within the market. So if those people come, where they best fit in is along the highway. But still the council try to do efforts to see how best they are giving spaces within the market. And other challenges that they may have also encounter, could be the toilet facilities and other things. So but the council have done effort to say, they can give the toilet to a person who feels like he can take care of the toilet. But anyone who is going to use the toilet, you have to pay to that person. Understand? For him
How
also,
much did they normally pay?
obviously it is to that person
To decide.
to decide how much he wants people to pay, because he's the one taking care of the place.
So, but when the individual said $10 is,
Of course, it wants to pay it, because he is the one cleaning the market and he's not been paid.
but do you think that it's also necessary for council to say the price that individual is going to charge people? Do you think it's not necessary?
The council, like I'm saying, the person is the one taking care of the facility. It might not be that much expensive to say, okay, beyond $10. I'm not even sure they are paying more than $5. Understand? Yeah. So, but like it is to the person also to say, I'm the one taking care of these facilities. Understand? The person is not being paid by the council.
So
It's
you
not
can
being
charge
paid by
any
the
amount.
vendors. Not any amount, I don't know. But then what I'm saying is that the person is the one taking care of the facility. He knows how much he wants to charge. But as far as we know, he is not charging something more than $5. And obviously, people have been paying and he has been taking care of the facility. So there are no more challenges at the market. Maybe there could be others that the vendors will tell you that are latest, but for us we have not been hearing any challenge so far. If there are challenges on our side, it is that some are giving shops or canteens at the market and they're not occupying the canteens. They've closed the canteens or either using the canteens as stores. But council have even taken a step. If people don't know, council have already taken a step to ensure that anyone who is not using his shop that he's giving or his canteen that he's giving, they will evict you from the shop. Meaning they're going to remove you from the shop and give it to another person. Because still there are people who are in need of these shops to do their businesses. But some are giving, but still they are not using the shops. They keep the shops, close it, and use it as a store. Some even keep the shop just in case if they could do something in the future, they can just come and use the shops, which is not fair to those ones that want to use it and cannot have it.
Okay. That's very good. Thank you. Let's look at the tax collection in URR here. We have different district in the Sandu here, and I believe there are tax collection. Do you normally have challenges in collecting these taxes in various districts in URR?
Yeah, of course. There are challenges, when it comes to tax collection, and it is even major, if I'm to be very honest.
So what are some of the plans that you put so that the taxpayers can pay their tax across the region?
No, the taxpayers, not that they're not paying their taxes. Of course, some are not really much paying because of, if you have a history about this council, you could know that, a lot of people, a lot of the taxpayers have lost trust in the council.
That's when the previous council?
When the previous council was here. Okay. Understand? They've lost that trust in the council. And if that is the case now, obviously some might be reluctant to sit and say, we are not going to pay, dime to this council because they are not putting our money where they should be put into. And that is now for us to bring back that trust.
Are you working on that?
Of course, we're working on that. And
what are some of the strategies?
I can say at least 80% of that has been achieved. Some of those strategies is why the communication office has been established from the public relation office. Understand? The communication unit needs to expand its communication, not just to say, okay, public relation all the time, go and talk on behalf of the council, but write, share, and also talk on behalf of the council. Understand? To make sure that the information of the council is well known to the people. If they are informed, they are communicated to, then that will bring back the trust that they were having for the council. And another thing also is establishing an inspectoral unit for the council. This council never have an inspectoral unit, a unit that make follow-ups about the activities of the council, whether revenue collection, whether the programs and activities, whether projects, to get into the field to know whether tax collectors are collecting their revenues as expected, whether the projects of the council have been implemented as expected, whether the activities have been done as everybody wants it to be. That unit have been established. And that tells you that obviously the council is in the right footing to make sure that transparency is in this council, that the money or the value for money is there. Understand? Because you will not put your money into a project and the project is not well, implemented. Let's say, for example, you put about $500,000 into digging a borehole. Now, how do we know whether that borehole project is accurately done or is not done the way the council wanted? Understand? The inspectoral unit is there to go and inspect that particular project to know whether it is done right or not. Then it will report to the council and tell the council that, well, particular project that you have in this particular village has not been done right, or it has been done right. Understand? That is telling you the value for money. And we've even had an experience about that, where a particular borehole project has been implemented somewhere, and the project, the contractor did not implement the project as expected. Understand? And the council makes sure that he paid the money. Understand? And he was even, told that if he did not pay the money, he will be sued. And at the end of the day, he paid the money. Another contractor was hired, and the project is now implemented successfully and also accurately. Those people now, or that village now, is now benefiting from that project. So that tells you, these are the mechanisms, some of the mechanisms that the council has established since they come in from the previous council to ensure that, there is that trust that they have lost is back.
Okay. In terms of development, these projects you are talking about, because every district has their own problem, and we believe there are councillors in various districts or various areas. Okay, like every district, they pay their taxes. How do the council normally, send this project to their various areas? For example, when we say Sandu is paying their tax or Willy, now the tax will be collected and be brought to the council here. Now, when it comes to project allocation, how do you normally allocate project to these people? Or the money go back to them?
Thank you so much. That is a very important question. As per law, the law will tell you if it is 100% of the tax, 60% of that tax that is collected, that 100% tax that is collected, goes back to the community. 40% of that tax that is collected will be used for the administrative running of the council. Fine. We have 7 districts in the region. In those 7 districts, each district is having 2 wards. So meaning we have 14 wards. Each ward is represented by an elected councillor. Each councillor is having a voice in this council. So obviously, if we are talking about returning 60% of the money that they have paid, in some villages, you know very well, if we are to be very honest, in some villages, if we are to return their 60%, I'm sorry to say, but even a padlock, it will not be able to buy for them. Understand? So, but in all these villages, they are all from different, the different districts. Understand? And they are also from wards. In the district, they are also from wards. And they have a ward councillor who is representing them in the council. Okay, now if the year is coming on, the council will tell these ward councillors that come up with your budgets, what you want to implement for your people. You come up with it, and it will be looked at the general council meeting. Each councillor will present at least 2 or 3 projects that they want to implement in their ward. These projects can be implemented in any of the villages within their ward. If, for example, Basse councillor brings in her budget, a project like 3 projects that she is having, a project can be implemented in Nafugan, a project can be implemented in Alunhare, a project can be implemented in Kobakunda, based on the priorities that, the councillor provided. So this is what will be looked at. At the council level, each councillor now will be allocated a project or projects that this year the council can provide you this project. Understand? This year the council can provide you also these projects. So if you put all those projects together, that's what gives you the 60%, meaning the 60% of the money that they have collected from the region, that's what is going back to those projects for the various wards. Meaning also they have covered all the districts, because if you could cover the 2 wards in each district, meaning you have covered the entire 7 districts of the region. If you are able to cover the entire 7 districts of the region, obviously you have covered the entire region, meaning at least in each part of the region a project has been implemented. That means 60% of the money that has been collected over the years have been returned back to the people. Then the 40% will be kept for the administrative running of the council.
Okay. That's very important. Now, when we talk about this 60% should be returned to the ward or the council, where the councils come from, the 60%. Now, we have different villages in these wards that the councils are from. Now, to implement this project in these areas, is it that the council also have a say to say, okay, this village, they don't have this, but this village is more advanced than this other village, then let us select this village. Did council have, say over that?
Of course, at the general council, you can debate. It's just like the National Assembly. Debates can happen based on ideas. Understand? The councillor knows his ward. For example, you are a councillor. You are the ward councillor of Sabi. You know the villages in Sabi ward, and you know what they need, what are the priorities. Obviously, you must know. You cannot come here when you don't know the priorities of your people. If that happens, then your people have to call you to account. So if you bring the projects, obviously you are telling us that this is the priority of your people, right or wrong?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so any councillor that brings a particular project on the table for the general council to look at, it is considered as this is the priority for the people. That is why he brings it on the table.
Yeah, but what
So if that happen, maybe you know Sabi, but I also as a councillor know something about Sabi word.
yeah,
I could also come on the table where the general council meeting is now happening, debating. I could tell you that honorable councillor, based on this project that you have put on the table for these people, I think it should be rather taken for these people. Debate could be initiated. Understand? People could debate and then the votes can be taken. Obviously, if 3 or 4 people said, yeah, it should be taken in this place, it can be taken. We have seen instances like that where projects come in, like about 2, 3 projects, they are not up to 14, and we have 14 wards, but 2, 3 projects come in. And now they think about where should they take these projects to? Where are they most needed? Understand? They have to argue, debate, each councillor come up with their point. For me, I think at least there are 3, they are not up to 14. If it is 14, they could give each one. Understand? But 3, what do? We need to now look at where these 3 go to, where it is most needed that they can go to. So each councillor comes with their point. For me, I think it should go to this village X. Someone will come and say, for me, I think it should go to village Y. And then they will argue to a point now. The chairman doesn't vote, but he makes sure that the meeting is coordinated. He moderates the meeting. Understand? Now he can initiate vote and say, okay, now let's vote. Those who said this village can raise their tax. And when they raise their tax, then he will take vote counts. Understand? If those who said yes are more than those who said no, now they will pass, meaning that is the council decision that that particular project should be implemented in this village. Understand? If they say also no, if the no's are more than the yes, meaning the council decision is saying that that particular project should not be implemented in that village. They should look for another village where it should be implemented. And they can come up with another village again suggestion to say we go for another village. When they all agree, they go there and implement the project. And we have seen instances like that in the general council.
Okay.
Since they come into office.
Okay, that's very good. And when it comes to tax collection, as a communication officer, what would you tell the people of URR to pay their tax?
Yeah, for us, I think this is a tax-based council. We cannot do projects as they want. We cannot, run the institution without tax. All these things happen if people are paying their taxes.
And what will you tell them?
Of course, it's simple. Let them pay their taxes on time and accurately.
And you believe the 60% will be going back to them?
Of course. If they pay the taxes as it is expected, obviously the 60% will go back to them. I have no doubt about this council that they will take back the 50% of this. Because this council, since they come in, they have found a lot of challenges here. You might be very much aware. But you'll be surprised to know the number of projects that they have implemented within 1 year, 8 months.
Can you tell us?
There are a lot.
A lot?
There are a lot. At least I can show you the list. There are a lot. You see, all these are projects. All these are projects implemented. All these are projects implemented, over 20 projects within 1 year.
20 projects within 1 year?
Within 1 year, 8 months. Some through partnership, some through council's own initiative. There were a lot. They have dug boreholes for about 4 communities. They have provided milling machines for 4 communities. Understand? Basse, if you are a frequent visitor of Basse in the 4 or 5 years ago, you realize that whenever you come to Basse at night, you'll even be in a fear of, I'm walking, but I don't know who is coming in my front, and could even be a kidnapper, or could even be a robber, could stab me and kill me because of everywhere is dark.
What did the council do?
You've been to Basse now. What have you seen at night?
At night?
Everywhere.
At night?
Yeah, that is why I will wish you stay for a little longer, maybe up to 7 today, have your iftar here, and then see how bright Basse looks now. Because they have put street light everywhere.
Those are council projects, right?
Of course, council's project. Fully funded by the council.
Okay.
Within 1 year.
That's very good.
Understand? The industrial land, this place 4 years ago, you come to Basse at night, you will be having the fear to go out on the street because you don't know what you might have encountered on the highway. Understand? And now you can freely walk on this highway from 7 up to 7 in the morning without the fear of somebody coming on your back or stabbing you.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
So you can see also businesses flourishing. Before businessmen or shopkeepers along the highway, by 11, 12, they'll be rushing to close their shops because they have the fear that, armed robbers could come anytime and rob their shops.
Okay.
But now they can stay from morning 7 to 2, 3, 4 at night before they go to bed.
Okay.
Understand? So
Okay.
that is not only the projects that they have implemented. They have had partnerships with other investors where they've brought hospital materials. They have given food relief support to the victims, either flood or fire victims. Understand? A lot of projects that they have even recently, out of the partnership, a very big partnership, they have supported health equipment worth over $500,000 to the Basse District Hospital.
Okay.
Understand? So there are a lot of, like I saw you, the list is long.
Yeah.
So these are all the projects that they have implemented with even the little resources that they have already right now they are gaining. Let's talk about when people are paying their taxes 90%, at least 90%. Let's talk about what type of project are we now going to expect from the Basse Area Council. It's going to be mega.
Okay. Thank you so much for the. What's your final word to the people who are listening to you?
Yeah, for me, the final words that I have for the people of Upper River region, I think, is for them to trust in this council and believe that they are on the right footing. I know there is an existence of politics. For me, I'm not a politician. I'm not interested in politics anyway. But I think, in as much as development is concerned, there should be politics, of course. Politics is what brings development. But yeah, I think we also need to see what the council is also doing with where they have taken it from. And let's say we have given them our support to make sure that the foundation is built. This council is about building a foundation now. Already it has been damaged, understand? So we're trying to build it back. So people need to trust and need to support. Let's pay our taxes on time and accurately, and hopefully, they will not disappoint. I am very much, confident in this current council, and I'm sure they will really much do well when things are done rightly. And yeah, that is what I want to say. And I want to thank Global Rainbow for this interview, even though it's prompt on me. I never expected that somebody will come today on a Monday like today to just ask for an interview. But obviously, it is the duty of the work, and we need to respond to it. And then for the rest, I'm glad people like you come on board to ask what is happening. This is what we expect from responsible media practitioners, not just to sit at your corner and write whatever you want to write, or somebody tell you whatever he tells you or she tells you. You just go on because you have the platform. And
Yeah, this is why we are here.
this is not what we expect from responsible media.
Yeah.
We expect them to come with us, and we are very open to sharing.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly.
This is why we are here. We just want to have first information from the people on the ground. Thank you so much, Mr. Mane. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.